I don't know the lyrics. I hope that's it. Who's this? Makoto? Ken? Aren't these two characters both in the game we were just playing? How do you play Fate Strike again? I've been thinking so much about Street Fighter 4 today. Imagine if Ken had a close roundhouse in this game. Does he? I feel like he doesn't. In Street Fighter 4, it looks almost the same as his far roundhouse. In 5, it's just far roundhouse, but it cancels. Ain't this skill? Ooh. This is Ken's standout game, I feel. It's the game where Ken became Ken. I made some mousse earlier today. I ate it just now. I could have had something healthy, but I wanted to eat pretty light. I've been busy this last week, to be honest, like really busy. I wasn't going to leave for the night. I don't think I actually said. That was a nice empty cancel. Makoto can dash so fast she can actually fuck up your empty cancels. Like, you can hit low medium kick while she appears to be far away. And then if it's like a perfectly timed dash, she can like dash in and then block your medium kick. Like, if you're just reacting, if you're doing the medium kick while she's out of range, the forward dash and then block can happen before you realize that fucking, you know, while you still think she's out of range. Before you can really react to it well. So the thing about Alex versus Ken is that flash drop is punishable on block by super, I think. Slash elbow is definitely punishable on block by super. I think his stay and fierce overhead is punishable on block by super. What else? There's like a bunch. I think medium kick is safe. EX chop is safe, I think? I don't know. A lot of Alex's attacks are unsafe. Oh, EX slash elbow is a really big one that's punishable by super. It might be the regular slash elbow on hit is punishable by super too, actually. And then EX air tatsu is kind of good against Alex as well. So this matchup is kind of shitty. It's not like amazingly shitty. Alex just has some tools to fight shadows. Yeah, I saw that clip. Bizarre. The very highest level. Yeah, Alex in particular relies on a lot of stuff that's like slightly minus though. There's only like a few attacks in the game that can punish Alex EX slash elbow. They really weren't thinking when they made Ken's super. And to be honest, it's been the same for all three versions of Street Fighter 3, I think. I don't remember if that's super punishable. I feel like it is. He didn't go for it. A lot of Kens aren't really on point with that. That's like one of the big differences between like a good Ken and a great Ken. Because a lot of Kens can do the, you know, just the meaty pressure. Something super hard about that. Ken's kind of samey until you really know your punishes, because Ken has a lot of wild punishes. There's a lot of like overheads and stuff that Ken can just punish with super that other characters don't get punishes at all. But you actually don't see like raw super very often from Ken players. It matters more in low tier matchups than high tier matchups. One of the big differences between low tiers and high tiers by and large is that low tiers have more unsafe on hit, unsafe on block attacks. The really big mark of a great Ken is the double DP. Yeah. I think target combo into double light DP doesn't work on all characters. He's got to do different things to get the double light DP. It's not just like a thing you can just do. Like on a lot of characters he has to do stand strong into double light DP, and if you do the fierce it doesn't work. On a lot of characters you can do low forward into double light DP. On Q, you don't need a car at all. You can just do the double light DP. It just works. Q's a fat fuck midair. That was a nice cancel. There's actually a lot of specifics to that, but they're not well known unless you're like a good chem player. I thought it didn't work at all on a bunch of characters. Even with the Kara. I think if it's crouch medium kick into double light DP, it works without Kara on Elena. There's something like that. There's one where it works on Elena. You don't have to Kara on almost any character in the corner. That combo generally just works in the corner. It depends on what your starter is still. Quite a lot of specifics to it. I've seen lists people compiled. Really soon they're gonna I'm gonna start making some third strike basic combo videos. I'm not gonna go super elaborate, but I'm gonna mention combos that are character specific when they come up, but I don't know a lot of them. And a lot of the other ones, like I don't know what fucking characters or what like sequences double DB works on. I can try and find it. I'm sure it's somewhere on Shoryuken forums, so I can dig around a little bit. That was a nice short video. Let's watch another. Ibu. This one's a bit louder for me. Konnichiwa. That's anti-air. She had to parry, and it's a one-frame parry if you didn't parry before the freeze. Air parry against Ibuki is annoying because she's got air TCs and she's also got him. She's also got an air throw. Tricky. I've never seen a cross-up like kunai setup in third strike. It's so weird. There's a lot of stuff that people didn't used to do, and then they played other fighting games, and then they now they do them in this. You know? There's a lot of characters like that. It's like almost the whole cast of characters who appear in other games. There's so many like little pieces of tech that were never ever used in this game that technically always existed, and then they became large components of other fighting games, and then people actually use them in this game. Like Ryu cross-up Tatsu is one I often bring up. Ryu cross-up Tatsu has always existed in this game, but it was almost never used, and then Street Fighter 4 came out, and then it went from being almost never used to used a little bit. I wouldn't call it common, but people look for it. Pow. That's a double quarter circle command grab. It's pretty scary, but the meter's awfully long. Until like a year ago, I'd never seen anyone pick that super at all for any reason. Whereas probably 80% of Ibuki's, more like 90, run Super 1. And the other like 10 run Super 3. Super 1 is probably the best of them. But having a command grab on Ibuki is kind of cool, so. Ooh. See, what the fuck is this? I'm not even really sure how I'd block that. They all look like cross-ups. It's kind of cool though, because if you parry that kunai, she can throw you out of the parry. Like she's plus. It's just a meaty fireball. And the throw will be a punish, sort of. It's a techable throw. Don't ask me to explain anything Ibuki has in this game. This is over. Jump Fierce super, yeah. Jump Fierce causes a back turn, and command grabs combo from back turn in this game. It's like Ibuki's only back turn attack. I guess Far Fierce might back turn too, but she has to link that, and it might be meaty only. And that's assuming it exists at all. That's unthrowable, but it's not. Oh! Oops. It's not invincible. Ibuki's EXDP is invincible, but it's really awkward because it doesn't knock down, and in this game you can just, like, parry her air attacks after she does it, so Ibuki's in, like, a losing mix-up scenario. I think she can air parry. I think if she does EXDP and the opponent does like eats it and then does reversal DP, she can air parry their DP. She's just in like a regular jump state. It's a very weird thing. On Hugo, maybe some other characters, but definitely on Hugo, you can actually combo out of the EXDP. You can do EXDP into jab towards Fierce. And not only will it combo from your EXDP, but you can also then land and then combo on the ground. The combos on the ground are all very short and specific though. It's like Link DP or shit like that. It's like combo video stuff, but theoretically it works. That was probably just a real punish. Ken probably couldn't hold up there. Anti-air into super jump forward is kind of a meme, but kind of not. It's a situation that's technically bad for Ibuki, mathematically. The way that most anti-air jump-in scenarios are. But it happens very quickly, so a lot of people aren't going to be ready for it. Air throw. That's a reaction parry. It's not too hard, but a lot of people aren't really looking for it. Oh, he didn't have a super. He was going for that. That was deliberate. He wanted the EXDP. EXDP works there, but it's slower, so it's a lot harder to time. This can kill. Oh, he dropped it. He actually had a super there, too. He still could have killed there. So he got one of the beginning hits of light machine gun blow when he wanted the last hit. It's actually very precise to time. It feels like 1 or 2 frames. You have to loop it. That was like a choke, though. It was like 2 mistakes. It was like 1 mistake, and then he still could have saved it. Ibuki has a lot of win poses. She's got like 4 or 5. I feel like most characters don't have that many. Elena might. Wake up jab. That didn't even look like wake up OS parry into jab. That just looked like wake up jab. The parry. Surprised he wasn't in parry lock there. Show Brob. That's a hard parry to do. That's like a 1 or 2 frame window. Almost got it. Ken was not so far from stun. Parrying a cross up medium kick, you can't do the parry early. You gotta wait until they actually pass over your head, and then it's only a few frames until they hit you. The guy who drew that page of her showing how her underwear works, one of my friends knows that guy. I forget his name. He's like a semi-reputable comic artist. He's got like DeviantArt too. Oh, no super confirm? Block jumping into overhead. Pretty disrespectful. No super confirm. This blue can fix his face. That's nice. Wow, that grab, he did a successful jump and then tried to walk out of probably a throw, but still got thrown while he was walking back. This looks pretty hard for purple at this point. He's like almost at the chip. EX Fireball into super is actually really good here, but blue plays it safe. You never want to be on the losing end of a highlight video. Hard DP is guaranteed against dive kicks. Not a bad option. Obviously not all dive kicks. It could be like a light dive kick fake. But, you know, if you can scope that arc, DPs have a good hitbox and dive kicks have really bad hitboxes. And hard DP does a lot of damage. Ooh, very awkward movement from both players. He's almost done. Command grab is really scary here. Yeah, I like playing it lame. Xiang's got it. Uh-oh, that looked like a parry. But Ken came down with empty jump throw. Good response to options like parry anti-air. It's not a true response, but it's a good response. Anti-air scenario is so tricky in this game. Yeah, Yang's backdash is super fucking awkward. Fortunately, he doesn't like need to backdash very often, ever. But it's like bad. Yun's too. It's the farthest backdash in the game, but it's like one of the slowest. Oh, I didn't even anti-air. That's like not even a hard parry. But Ken was smart. He didn't go for the parry. Nice red. You don't see people attempt reds very often. That was a great time to attempt it because it was, if he got it, he won, and if he didn't get it, he was fine. He got knocked over, but not in a way that killed him or anything. So that was like super smart to attempt. I think Yang thought he was going to build the super there. It's the only reason you really use that TC. I confirm super very easily. Nice. Yang super's like, it's not very good. Nice. That was empty jump, low parry. That was hella smart too. He was expecting low forward into slash as an ATR. But what he actually got was, which is like a kind of delayed second parry. What he actually got was a roll, which is like instant second parry. You can parry all hits low and high for the roll. That's true for a lot of DPs in this game. Brutal. Dudley's mean. Dudley has the best Oki abuse in the whole game. You got an easy space. You got double low short super. You got towards Roundhouse, the fastest overhead in the game into super. You got that short swing blow to bait and punish throw. You got the Rose to help with the Oki after like a super knockdown. What else? That's like still more. You got your throw. You got towards medium kick to keep the pressure on. If you want to delay the mix up a little bit. Stay in. Ken can punish this with, yeah. Move forward. Barstand Fierce. What does that do against Dudley? Is that good? Really weird pokes against Dudley, to be honest. It's a very common thing I see. People like pull out the strangest motherfucking pokes. Trying to keep Dudley out. Dudley's got an unusual approach compared to a lot of characters. But I don't know how I feel about this. It's not really that Dudley's approach is weird. It's more that he can't really hit you in certain ways, you know? His range isn't great. Like, he's a great character. It's 2 AM for me. But I work night shift, so this is like a normal time for me to be awake. He can get like a semi-low profile approaching with ducking. So you need something that can hit like that, which is most attacks, thankfully. He doesn't really have like a super long range poke. Towards Fierce is like the longest, and that's not that long. He also doesn't really have like a low poke kind of thing, so you don't really have to worry about that when you're attacking him. If you've got something that's weak to low pokes, it's not weak to Dudley. This will kill. Ken has lots of quite fast attacks. Nice. Oh, very nice. Double DP. A lot of damage on that. Very beefy. It's like stronger than the super, and it also doesn't cost anything. And the super's better to save anyway, so you can get those low confirms or overhead confirms, like the one we just saw. Oh, the parry was nice, but he parried a light. You have very little time after parrying a light to actually get a combo. Because lights have very little recovery. So you've only got like the parry recovery, which is not very long. It's like 6 frames on a light. Or something. I don't remember if it's 6 or 8. That's like enough time. That's such a short amount of time that you can look for double parry and sacrifice your punish if you don't get it. If you only one thing to parry. Very hard parry to get. Very hard parry. That wasn't like that didn't look like it much, but that was actually kind of impressive. Ooh. It's a failed teleport. Teleport motion is DP, roll motion is quarter circle. No, I did not mess that up. That's actually what it is. The DP looking move is a quarter circle. This is Iori. I always like this color palette for him. I know he's from a game series that a lot of people didn't play, but Iori to me is one of the most iconic Street Fighter fighting game characters. No, Remy is mostly bad. He's not the worst character in the game, but he's definitely low tier. He has like a couple kind of cool things. He has some good matchups. His neutral is very unusual. It's generally bad, but it's like unusual. It forces you to play a very specific way against him, and a lot of characters can't play in that way. Yeah, he is fun. Jump back roundhouse anti-air. Even if that's parried, it's not very risky. It's pretty cool. That was a punish. Charge partitioning doesn't help Remy that much. There's only like 2 things he actually uses it for. Although I would say that being able to dash and then throw a fireball is kind of useful. But generally speaking, Remy doesn't care about partitioning that much. The only character who seriously benefits from partitioning is Murian. All the other charge characters, it's just something kind of cool. The only really cool thing that Remy gets from it is jump fierce, cold blue kick, dash, flash kick. The dash flash kick requires oh, it ended. Requires partitioning. Yeah, Remy wins neutral for 25 seconds and then gets blown the fuck out. And also he builds no meter during that time. Speaking of low tiers. Sean is a character that a lot of people think they want to see until they know about him. Everything he has that's unique to him is fucking trash and not interesting. Everything he has that's not unique to him is on Ken. So if you want to see like a good Sean play, it's just going to be like just Ken stuff. See that? Ken would do that better. Ken would do that better. The way charge partitioning works is you get some of a charge. Like let's say it takes 2 seconds to charge. You charge 1.5 seconds and then you stop charging to do anything. And then if you go back fast enough to charging again and charge for the other 0.5 second, the game will consider that you have a charge. But it won't like let you keep the charge. If you just keep holding back, it won't like let you just sit on that charge. But if you charge like a new 2 seconds, it'll give you the charge again. But basically you can like break charge and then still do charge stuff as long as you do it in pieces. If you get the full 2 and then you do something else, you lose charge. But if you get like 0.5 and then 1.5 or like 1 and 1, if you have something between your charging, as long as you add up to the 2 seconds, then it still works. It considers that you have a charge. So it lets you do like dash into charge move. Is the most notable thing it does. Went for the red probably. That's a very unfun red to go for. but this is Super 1 Dudley. Super 3 Dudley can immediately do a Super 3 and fuck your day, but Super 1 Dudley has a bit of a harder time with that because Super 1 is a much shittier super in that context. The backswing blow looked like it autocorrected. Autocorrect is still a thing in this game. It might be a thing in Street Fighter 2 actually, but it didn't get to be really easy to do until Street Fighter 4, and there weren't really rewards for doing it properly until Street Fighter 4. Yeah, that's how it actually works. Side colors got a more elaborate description than I had. Your charge, you can, as long as you do it perfectly, or rather the less time you spend not charging, the more likely it won't randomly fall out. But in order to do a forward dash, you need at least 3 frames. And most people won't be able to do a perfect forward dash. Forward, neutral frame, forward. And then immediately straight, next frame back. But technically speaking, the countdown is kind of long. But it does make it so that sometimes you just can't do it. It's a constantly resetting countdown. So it's like 3 frames from being over as you start your charge partition. It's one of the very few RNG factors in this game. Most people don't even know about that. Oh, this is Super 3 Makoto. I didn't even look. Makoto doesn't really have long combos. If she had long combos, then that super would be okay. But all her long combos rely on her other supers. And once you activate, you can't block anymore. It makes your damage like 1.5 times or whatever. It's like quite a lot. 1.3 or something maybe. What's the reading on that name? That's the Da for the second one. The first one's Niku, but I don't know how it's read in as names. I doubt it's Nikuda. I wouldn't say that Makoto Super 3 is a good reversal. It has some weird invincibility. It has like a very small recovery, and she's like invincible during the recovery. If you do nothing, attacks will pass through her. And if you hit a button, like if you tap a direction, the invincibility will go away. But you can tap forward as your direction, that just gives you a parry, so that's what we just saw there. But the problem is, like, having no block is really, really shitty. So unless your Super 3 combo is going to kill, and you can't really combo into the activate, to the best of my knowledge. You might be able to do Stand Fierce, activate, low jab, or something like that. Yeah, it's like got invincibility that you can cancel at any time. That's his best feature, to be honest. That stay medium kick was a really bad idea, but he wasn't going to get punished for that alone. Makoto still had to do an ass ton of parries. But, like, it could have been a throw. And Makoto was, like, in a much worse scenario if it was a throw. Because even if she broke a throw, she was dead to chip. So it would have been, like, some parries into a throw into more parries. I've never seen anyone get out of that situation regardless of skill level. And I do it to people a lot, too, as Oro. Oro can do that with boogers. Yeah, exactly. Nice mirror placement. Medium kick goes through it. This is decently high level play. It's very high level actually. It's not like top, but it's good footage. I say as Ken whiffs a hard DP from half screen. The tackle didn't hit. So what happens there? Ken is right now. Well, that's JP. Let me actually look at that crouch fierce again because it might have hit him midair. I think it hit him on the ground. Yeah, that hit him on the ground, I think. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then plus 3 more because it was a jump fierce. Ken is immune. You can already see the combos on the screen, so it like Ken's already fallen out of the combo. That thing doesn't show up until until the JP is all used up, until the character becomes invincible. Um, Ken is immune to all attacks. Like normally you can get reset into supers and it works, and in fact that's what we like. You know, you can see other Urian combos with that. But because Ken's fully invincible till he hits the ground, because the JP is used up, then even though he's getting air reset into a super, it won't hit him. So Ken is fine until he hits the ground. But when he hits the ground, he's going to be like, you know, like overhead low mix up. Low would be a lot more common here though, which is what we got. Urian wasn't really in a good position to go for an overhead. Parrying there is generally a bad idea, and blocking high is generally not necessary. Oh, he had a kill combo there. Ugh, stupid. That whole sequence. Timeout. That was a failed super. That was a punish that could have killed. This was stand strong into fucking nothing. EX headbutt is not invincible in this game. It's just kind of fast. I might look at that. Most lesser used supers are lesser used for a reason, but there's a little bit of tech with some of them. Like there's a decent amount of tech for Urian Super 1, for example. Ken doesn't really have another good super. He messed it up, but that's it. This is the main charge partition that's useful. This is the most useful charge partition in the game by far. That was an anti-air crutch for you, so we lost a little bit of hit here. But look, dash. Well, actually, it's a tackle here. Dash headbutt. That dash headbutt lets you get the cross-up unblockable. It's like the entire basis of the cross-up unblockable. And that's charge partition only. Oh. He's got a... Oh, he had it there. Or maybe the screen position was bad. It depends. Some of them are complete garbage. There are a lot of complete garbage supers in this game, to be honest. Probably like a fifth of the supers in this game are complete garbage. Ken Super 1 and Super 2 are both pretty fucking bad. There's no time to land either of them. And they don't even, like, Super 1 doesn't even land properly on an airborne opponent. Like, you can't anti-air with it. You can't even anti-air with a Super 2. I've jumped in on a Ken who did anti-air Super 2, and I did jump medium kick and it just won. If you do it later, it might work. It's not great, though. When you're gonna fucking wake up low parry and then not go for a combo. Low strong confirms a Super 2. Yeah, he's burning all the bar just to approach. This is like questionable, but he doesn't really have a great play. So if Urian's in a mirror, then fireballs will hit Urian before they hit the mirror. I exploit that a lot myself. It's a very difficult parry to go for there, because it was a deep cross-up. And then he went straight in true lock string into an EX, or into a move that had to be parried. Worst SA is Remy Super 3 by a pretty generous margin. It's really not great at all. It's really bad in every way. Remy's Super 1 is arguably its best super. So I don't know why. I think you just got the order wrong of Remy's. And Necro Super 2 is not worthless, but it's his worst super by far. Hugo Super 2 is okay in some matchups. It's not that bad. You can confirm it. And it also helps him against certain characters. Or was one of them actually. I think 12 is too. Yeah, like already counter supers are shit in games where they actually tried to make the counter super good. Remy's counter super has no lock-in, so it can fall out if you like parry a poke or something like that. The activation window is not very long, so he won't actually parry attacks most of the time. It's you know, it's a parry super. It's fucking shitty. It doesn't even do that much damage. It has a short bar. I'd rather have a fucking parry super with a long bar that did a lot of damage, because the chances of success are so low. I want it to actually do something when it works. But he's got a fucking super that you stock like quite quickly. But it's like, when am I going to use a counter super at all, let alone like frequently? He puts his leg up like fucking Huang. Q Super 3 is not the worst super, but it's definitely not good. I think it can make a dash punch safe. And technically speaking, if the opponent parries one of your attacks and then you cancel the parried attack into the command grab quarter circle forward kick, then it's a punish on the parry. EX Super 1 is pretty bad. I wouldn't call it useless, but it's one of the really bad ones because you can't set it up. There's no like combo into it. Chun-Li's Super 3 is really garbage. It like never ever hits properly. Technically speaking, it can get like a little animation to play out, but the opponent like always falls out in a way that they can punish you. It's like supposed to be an anti-air super, but to actually get it to work is something else. And you know, Chun-Li without super is actually not that scary. Or Super 1 is bad-ish. I wouldn't call it that bad. The EX Super 1 is pretty useless, but the regular Super 1's actually like not horrible. It's annoying because it takes away his punches. And you can't combo into it, but the mix-up is okay. It's there. Ugh, what a mess. If you could do Q, they did this in Forward Strike. They made it so Q could do special moves into his Super 3 hits, and that would actually be really good. Ibuki Super 3 is not that bad. It's very easy to land. She's got a lot of setups into it, and it's also a really good whiff punish, and it does okay damage. And her other supers aren't exactly amazing either, so I really don't see the problem. She has a lot more setups into her Super 3 than either of her other supers. Sean's supers are okay. They're not that bad. That was a real taunt followed by a wind pose. If Alex had Sean supers, he'd be ecstatic. Let's put it like that. Love that combo. Yeah, Sean Super 2 is probably his worst one. And it's still okay. This is not great. You'd rather have fucking Shinshoryu Ryu. Or Super 2 Akuma, dare I say. All of Akuma's supers are pretty good, to be honest. People always pick Super 1 because it's the one that's easiest to land. It's also the safest. By far. It also gives them some cheap shit. It's like the most combo friendly, it's the most versatile. But it's not like Super 2 and Super 3 are bad. Technically speaking, after his main confirm, they do more damage. I think Super 1 is the only one that works after low short, low jab, low short. I think the other two both whiff there. And that's a nice super confirm, so that's like the one he gets the most frequently. But in punish combos, they all work. After light Tatsu, they all work. Head for the red parry. Good shit. Yana actually has 3 really good supers. It's just that Super 3 is really fucking good, but Super 1 and 2 are both quite good as well. Super 2 for Yun is a slightly worse, it's a very slightly worse Shippu. It has a little bit, I think it has one more startup frame and it's got a little bit less reach, but otherwise it works almost exactly like Shippu. His confirms are a little bit more awkward. He can't do overhead into Shippu. Low into Super 2 works though. One is the Hadoken, Hado Burst. And it's probably his best one, just because it's always there. It's not a bad super. Ibuki's Super 2, or her Super 3 was an entirely different super. It's like the only super that was revised. Unless you count the fact that Yang had supers added in. Sean had 2 Super 3s though, yeah. And also he lost to Confirm. He used to be able to use Stand Strong Stand, but now sent to Super. That was pretty cool. Chop, activate, and he comboed out of it. I guess I technically knew that worked, but I haven't seen it in so long that I forgot about it. Unfortunately, EX Chop is the only chop that's worth a damn, and you can't do EX Chop into any super. Well, I guess you can do EX Chop into Super 2, but it doesn't work. EX Chop knocks down. I think the match where MOV where Crota lost in like SBO 2009. Oh, here we go. Look at that. He went for the low parry. If he just went for his punish, it would have worked. But he tried to parry the attack when it was already like through him. Yeah, EX Tatsu into Super 3 used to work. That used a lot of meter. It's like a high damage setup, but the scaling was kind of there, and the meter consumption was high, so I wouldn't call it amazing. It was used though. It was like good enough to be used. It's pretty awkward for Makoto, to be honest. Ken's playing it more safe than he should be. Oh. KKZ, the best super in the game? It's not great. It's not even that good. It's there. It's cool looking. It's not even as good as Demon. It's a lot easier to use than Demon. It's a bit easier to use than Demon. It's not easy to use. Ooh. Hugo Super 1 is good, but I wouldn't call it one of the best, but it is good. On another character, it would be one of the best supers in the game, but Hugo is legitimately like the fairest character for it to be on. What the hell was that Tatsu? Crazy chip on KKZ is, I mean, it's okay. They can potentially get out of the way because the startup is so bad. Like, you can jump back, depending on the range, and get out of the way in time. It's got like fucking 20 frame startup or something, or more than that, 30. It's like an ass ton. The only actual useful thing KKZ does, besides like a meaty chip scenario, is the jab reset KKZ. Or like if they're cornered, you can chip them out with it without too much risk. Yeah, the first hit's unparryable. Technically you could red parry the rest, but I've never seen anyone do that. Chun Super 2 is, I don't know if I'd call it the best super. It's just nice on Chun-Li. Like Gane is better than that. It's just a cheap thing for Chun-Li to have. But if other characters had it, it wouldn't be that good. It's more Chun-Li's crutch medium kick that's stupid. Very good hitbox, long range, low profiles, fucking confirm super on hit. And also a true mix-up with her fucking car grab. No, I'm gonna go with Maffey on this one. Chun-Li super does good damage. It goes pretty far. You can use it for some punishes. It's got like 4 frame startup. But it doesn't punish the same stuff that Ken's does. Yeah. I've said it before, but if Chun-Li with Super 2 is a 10 out of 10 character, which let's say she is, Chun-Li with Super 1 is like an 8 out of 10 character. She's still there. She's still intact. Yeah, I would put both of Aura's supers in top 5. I would agree with that. I like that list in general. Yeah. Yeah. Make her guess. The ball. She had to parry that. She couldn't block the ball. Corkscrew is not that good. It's like a worse Shippu. Shippu minus range. He's got a lot of juggles into it though. Yeah, very rarely do I see Yun activate and not get some reward. You can waste it if you're a bad Yun. But like activate, it's so hard to not give Yun something, some damage, some fucking like positioning, a command grab. Like very rarely will you hit him out of Gane pressure. Even if he just gets like, even if he just corners you and gets like 3 fucking towards medium kicks, that's already amazing. And that's like the worst Genei can go for Yun. It's not like he struggles to build meter either. He's one of the best at it. What is this towards Fierce? Is that good? Yeah, the tiers are a pretty nice, even slope in this game. It's not like plateaus. It's like it's probably Yun, Ken, Chun-Li, Makoto, Dudley in that approximate order. And then it's something like, then it gets a little messy. Then it's like Yang and Akuma and Urien and Ryu and like, let me think. I don't know. Those are like the high tiers. And then there's like Ibuki and Elena and Oro. Oro might be higher than that, but that's the traditional list. Nice. He must have already done some of the motion there, because you can't do the full motion during the freeze. Oro is traditionally lumped around with the mids, but he's probably actually a high tier and potentially top tier, depending on who you ask. I wouldn't put Oro below Dudley. Maybe I would. That's a decent list. I quite like that list. Oro's like the only one that I would maybe question. I'd probably do equal sign, to be honest. Yuri and Oro Ryu. Ryu's quite good. Ryu's like a high mid. Yurian's a really hard one to place because his tier is like how good you are. It's like that in Street Fighter V as well. It's like he's like a low tier or a high tier based on like player skill. I mean, like, you know, technically that's always how it is, but with Yurian it's a much bigger extreme. I didn't know we were doing a fucking list based on tiers, but I mean based on fucking supers picked. But Ryu's pretty good. Ryu's had a lot of tournament success with Super 1. People always come in here and they say that. I don't know why everyone has to say that. It's like Denjin is the best super in the game. It's cause fucking Kuroda said it one time. It's a good super. It's his best super. Oh, chip out? Yeah. Had to red parry that. That's like a 2-frame super after the freeze too, so that's a 1-frame parry. Oh. That was odd. You have easy palms on Q. Well, yeah, but we didn't have any sort of stipulation that was like fucking Ryu can't be using fucking Denjin. Everyone's supers were already being considered. I don't know why we had to not consider Ryu's for a second. It's like, oh yeah, I was thinking about Denjin. That was one of the things I was thinking about. I was also thinking about fucking Genei when I was thinking about Yun. Yeah, Super 1 is the easiest to confirm with Ryu, unless you count Denjin setups as confirms, which you might. It's like 50-50 setups. The really big draw with Super 1 Ryu is the fucking EX Donkey Kick spam. But to be honest, the Super itself is quite good. Yeah. There's no attack in this game as satisfying to land as Ryu Super 2. This is a really horrible situation. He had a kill, but he was timid. He could have held up forward, but he thought that Q might shake out. He's burning the bar. He could win this. It's very doable. Oh, never mind. Meter's like a little precious on Q. I wouldn't call it super Why did he not super? He's trying to save it, I guess. He wants to always be sitting on a super, because that way he can super during Denjin. Q super 1 punishes Shoto sweep, I think. At like any rage. So we could have done it there too. Nice. He was mashing during the fall. That was really smart. Yeah. Some supers, Hugo Super 3, Urian Super 1, Q Super 1. Some supers have that stud up invincibility. And if they do, baby. If they do, you can use that against Denjin. You can kill like the light Tatsu setups like for free, and the fireball setups get worse. Big punish? Maybe not. EX Donkey Kick taking away your Denjin is annoying though. EX Donkey Kick is a good EX move. Oh, got over. He was timid though. He had a super confirm there. Got out of the corner. It's quite hard for Q to do. He's in a pretty good position. Wow. Well, you don't see that very often. That was EX low dash punch. EX low dash punch is already a meme, okay? Low dash punch takes way too long to do. It's a reaction parry. It's like, oh, this fucking dash punch hasn't hit me yet. It must be the low one. You can just see it. It's not very hard to react to. And then you can just low parry, and then you get a bat punish. And I think it's unsafe on block too, so you don't even need to parry it. But EX is 2 hits, and the first hit cancels to super. And EX is also a little faster. 3 bar. I mean, I guess. EX plus super bar. It only works into super 1, because super 2 and 3 are both 1 bar. And it's, you know, it's not good. It's very risky. There's no confirm anywhere in that. It's just it's a prayer. It's a prayer super setup. Yeah. No, you really could. Most people wouldn't though. That's like that's one of 2 matchups where Urian would really consider picking another super, but Mirror is too good in general. Urian Super 1 is invincible. It doesn't get stuffed freely at all. It goes through almost everything. It will definitely wake up against the Denjin, I've seen it. It's got like more invincibility than Hugo Super 3. Oh no! These aren't even Acho. It gets stuffed if you whiff the first hit. But it goes half screen and it's invincible until the fucking first hit ends. I think until the first hit ends. But it's got like a good movement and good invincibility until you actually resolve that. It's also quite fast. See that restun. Even a fully charged engine will not restun. I don't know how good the Acho players are. I can only analyze them based on, like, you know, looking. Acho is an arcade. I think you have a juggle there, don't you? I actually don't know if you get all 3 slaps. One slap might have a juggle, or like 2, but he got all 3. What was that? He's trying to build some meter and he accidentally let Ryu off the hook. I will never go to Acho. Oh, the other matchup where Urien would maybe pick another super is Akuma. Super 2 is, I wouldn't call it great. It's not a good super, but it has really high dizzy output and it's not so hard to confirm. And mirror isn't so good on Akuma because he can teleport out. So a lot of mirror setups aren't great on Akuma. Mirror's still like better overall, but it's like something where you could maybe run it either way. But like Urien has touch of stun combos with Super 2, which is kind of cool. Super 2 from Urien actually does like 40% of someone's stun bar by itself. 30 or 40. It's like a decent amount. But like, to be honest, I would pick Mirror in every matchup as Urien. You lose too much by not picking it. But those are the two. Anti-Genshin and anti-Akuma. Super 2 on Remy. Probably not. I don't know how it interacts with other firewalls. I can only assume badly. It's not exactly fast. It takes kind of a long time to actually move. Like, it appears and then it, like, you know, doesn't do anything. Urien technically from a jump in has meterless touch of dizzy. I shouldn't say meterless, non-super. The one that RX hit was jump roundhouse, staying strong EX headbutt into tackle EX headbutt. So you need both. You need 2 EX headbutts, and also you need a standing move canceled into a flash kick motion in order to get that. But it is a touch of stun on Akuma and Remy. That might not hit. Bust. Normally a successful dash punch confirms the super, but you know. Mid-air connect is not so forgiving. Oh, he wanted the Genagin up kicks, but got the non-Genagin up kicks. Oops, he might be dead. Oh, he went for the meme combo. He almost got it. Yeah, of all the things that can happen during Gene, getting command grabbed is not so bad. Especially if you're command grabbed during the end of Gene. It's definitely a fucked up scenario. I've seen matches where, I've seen rounds where Yun activates Gene 4 times. It was Yun versus Elena. I don't even think she was healing. But I remember a tournament set where it was literally like fucking Yun's entire strat was only approached during Gene. And just otherwise completely like run away and whiff low strong. And he literally got 4 Genes in 1 round. Such a stupid move. None of the actual Genes were that rewarding. He got like just tail end. He got overheads and he got tail end like command grabs, and that was all. That was the wow. What a bait. That was some cool shit. He did the whiff. He did the fake towards roundhouse. I'm sure Makoto had a kill there. Probably just started with command grab. He really did the towards roundhouse. He was already whiffing it too during the super freeze. He actually decided to do towards fear or towards roundhouse whiff, towards roundhouse fake, to try and bait something, and he got it. That's like weird as fuck that worked. I've never seen anyone use that seriously. It's not a good attack. Towards roundhouse itself is not a good attack. Oh shit. It did get stuffed. Take it all back. I swear I've seen that. Maybe it's just the fireball stays in his hitbox longer than a normal would. I've seen it beat normals for sure. I thought it went through Denjin though. Are you trying it based close range? Or are you doing it from like mid? Does Ryu get hit once or not at all? That's the big question. Well, I shouldn't say that's the big question, since that doesn't matter that much against Engine. Closest to timer would really matter. If Ryu got hit once, then that means it has super invincibility till the hit. That just means that the fireball stays inside his body too long. It might only work meaty. I didn't consider that. Because if the fireball's already in his body, then it's going to be, like, as he supers, then it's going to be in his body for less total time. So it might be meaty only, where you can super through Denjin. I canceled it. That's smart. Didn't save him. Good damage on this. It's gonna be like Makoto with like... He went for the baby combo. Isn't Makoto easy to juggle with the palm towards medium kick combo there? That was such an easy parry, what the fuck? How do you really just block that? I would have parried that twice. Yeah, Yun's not really blocking, is he? No, Makoto's not blocking either. Gane versus fucking Makoto Super 3. He should just drop her, yeah. Yeah. That was like guaranteed. Like, what the hell is she gonna do? I would not pick Makoto Super 3 against Yun. Holy shit. No, I think all the supers are the same. They might just be meaty deep Denjin only. If Ryu hasn't released Denjin yet, then Denjin might always beat Super 1. If he's already released Denjin, then Super 1 might win or might not. I mean, I've seen it win before. Super 3 Mac is not cool, it's stupid. This is one of them matchups where it's damage output versus neutral. Yun has neutral for days and has no damage output, especially if Q manages to find a taunt setup. Any jump, fierce, is a taunt setup. Any ATR dash punch, any ATR slaps, slaps in general, I think. No, EX slaps. EX command or EX dash punch is two command or two taunts. He can potentially get several taunts off of a successful command grab. But if he doesn't get any of those, if he can't get any taunts up, it's horrible. If he gets some taunts, it's okay. Well, it's still horrible, but like, it's the difference of like, with taunts, this is like a fucking 6.5, 3.5 in Yun's favor. If Q gets like 1 or 2 taunts up. Shu, yeah. If Q can't get any taunts, this is like a fucking 7.3, fucking 7.5, 2.5. Oh, I thought he was going to super. This is pretty horrible position. Pretty early command grab, so he gets a decent follow-up. A lot of meter back for that. The problem is there's nothing you can really do if you're anticipating a command grab. Like, what do you do? Jump out? Fucking hit him? It's hard to get a normal out in time. A lot of characters don't have anything better there. Not everyone has a DP. Jumping out, Yun can whiff his command grab and then still fucking anti-air you. Because it's Yun. It's like such an awkward position. And of course if you try and jump out, if you try and do like a special move, you just get hit if he keeps on doing normals. Very, very awkward. That was a nice deep dive kick. Oh, I love that confirm. I think it's a 1 or 2 frame link. I want to say 2, but it might be 1. Low strong links to stand short. Stand strong also links to stand short. The only way to combo out of them is like EX shoulder, I think, and definitely dash punch, which is the only one you ever see because Yun doesn't really use EX moves ever. That throw was a failed light kick Kara light dash punch. You do quarter circle forward, then light kick Kara into light punch. But it's very easy to get a throw there if you hit them at the same time. Damn. Brutal. That was a failed dash punch too. You need the Kara in that context. Oof. Make him land on a dash punch is kind of strong. EX mirror is less bad against Denjin than you would think. Denjin doesn't... mirror does not bounce back Denjin. But it does slow down Denjin. And EX mirror comes out very, very quickly. So if you do an EX mirror before he releases his Denjin, then that means you can potentially jump over the Denjin and not have to parry it. Or at the very least react to when it's going to go through. But like Denjin has like a special animation where it drills. I shouldn't say special animation, but it's got like a custom programmed effect where it like drills through a mirror. Yeah, Urian Super 1 has pretty high damage. I haven't seen it in a minute. No one ever picks it. It's like a meme to pick a super that's not mirror. Missed the last hit. It gives him confirm from universal overhead. Gives him confirms from low. Well, yeah, it confirms from low. I don't know why I call them confirms, but he can do like, you know, low, short, tackle, super, stuff like that. It gives you a combo from EX tackle, which also gives you combos from other stuff. Jab, stand strong, that kind of thing. Not that you have scenarios for those that often. But he doesn't need a launcher to really abuse it. In fact, the launcher makes it worse. It gives you a ranged punish if you need to cover a lot of ground really quickly, like if you need to punish a Shoto sweep. Urian's options of punishing a Shoto sweep are not that good, but Super 1 gets max damage on it. I don't know about that. Well, maybe. I don't know, the corner pressure with Super 3 is still really mad good. Even not factoring the unblockables, the corner pressures mean. Even if you're not doing like the knee drop stuff. I don't know, Super 3 for Urian is really good. It's just that the things it gives Urian are completely different from the things Super 1 gives Urian. 3 gives him an invincible, 1 gives him an invincible reversal. There's like something else too. It's literally like a whole different beast. There's like no overlap between those two. He might be able to do throw into Super 1 on some characters, but it gives you a mid-air Super 1, which isn't exactly good. He can do it to mirror as well. You can do neutral throw into mirror on some characters too. Twins for sure. Missed the juggle. I don't know. It's not like fucking overhead or low just goes away. Like I can stay out of the corner, but if I ever actually get cornered, which is, you know, a thing that can happen, if I eat like an anti-air fireball, or if I eat a fucking as I'm going up, or I eat like a fucking parry dash punch anti-air or something like that, you know. If I eat a crouch fierce, I can just find myself in the corner. And he's got like fucking 3 overheads. And, you know, several lows too. It's hard to react between all that. That was a nice jump, but he really should have been there with the punish. EX headbutt is fast, and it's also airborne frame 1. But that's like the complete list of its virtues. Of course, Makoto lanes parrying. What else is she gonna do? She's probably dead. That parry's not super hard, but it's hard enough that you're often gonna fuck it up. Whoa. That was a hard read. What the fuck just happened there? That looked like a whiff and not the forward dash. But she, like, didn't get thrown. This matchup is not nearly as bad if Makoto's not picking Super 2. Super 2 prevents taunts, in addition to the other annoying things it does to Q. Throw him? I like the jump, actually. I don't know if you can throw Makoto there. I don't know if she's throwable. Pretty low risk anti-air, but if Makoto parried it, she could have done X-kick and potentially a dash punch. Actually, the X-kick might have just killed. It's fucking Super 3 Makoto. She's a lot of damage. Yeah, Super 3's like already not as good as her other supers, and in particularly in that matchup, it's not good at all. Big damage on that. He already had a taunt up though. Whiffed the close strong and then throw him. Reminder that Q is briefly airborne when standing up from a crouch. Why her X kick is super hard to parry. It's because it just has a different timing from a regular jump attack. So it's a 50-50. If you parry like she did in regular air to air, then nice, super, holy shit. If you parry it like she did a regular air to air, then it's you'll be in parry lock for the X kick. And if you parry like it's an X kick, you'll get hit by a regular air to air. She's got like a jump in 50-50. You can just get the same 50-50 off of a delayed air attack, so it's not like it's unique to her. It's more like the X kick is really rewarding. Nice, that's the anti-air dash punch. That looked like it was still a punish, but like it was worth it. The second taunt. Q has so much health right now. He has like triple Yun's health right now. I'm not joking. He got like mentally destroyed there. He saw all those taunts and he didn't even fucking know what to do. Just got smooshed. Mental domination right there. He might have a, I was gonna say he might have like some setup into Super 2. Oh, failed to confirm. Yeah, that's after crouch, standing after crouch. If Q is crouching and then he stands, the animation of him going from crouch to stand is airborne. He can be hit by air throws and he cannot be hit by ground throws. He's unthrowable. However, if you hit him, he stays on the ground. It's like a state that's not on any other character in this game. Try it at home. If you tap down and then release as Q, you can grab him with like a Buki air throw or Oro air throw. And also regular throws whiff on him. It's a very strange thing that's on Q. Technically speaking, it can be exploited, but it's insanely hard. What's his face? Not Kuroda, the other really good Q. Whoa. Windows updates? I haven't seen that message in a minute. There's another character with that? Let's Maple Story. I don't know why you came in to say that, but you make it sound really appealing. No, that can... Yeah, TM does it. Yeah, it's a real thing. You are unthrowable for like the frame you kind of want to block stun in this game. And also you're unthrowable when you wake up. But it's not the same thing because like air throws don't work on you for those two. That's just a manually programmed thing. They didn't want you throwing straight out of block stun. They didn't want you throwing straight out of wake up. So they were just like, let's make it so you're unthrowable during these states. I think you're actually unthrowable in Street Fighter 5 on the frame you come out of block stun. Like you can do super, you can do like +1 or like neutral I think stuff as Hugo. I mean not Hugo, as Zangief. And even if the opponent's not blocking, the super just whiffs. Even though the super should combo from a hit. I haven't picked up Street Fighter, Dragon Balls yet, but I might eventually. Oh, I heard there was wonkiness about Dudley's ducking or something. Short swing? Short swing, right? I've heard Dudley had a wonky throw box, but I've never actually... I don't know the specifics of it. I just know that it makes Hugo versus Dudley shit. Anyway, there are setups where if the opponent's not blocking... Like, super from Hugo... fuck, Zangief. Super from Zangief should work on people who are in hit stun. And it should also work on people who are blocking and not jumping. But if you do a super right as someone's coming out of hit stun, even if they're in range, it will not. It'll just go through them. It's because coming out of block stun, you're briefly throwing me in. That's probably a punish. It's like quite unsafe. And that's a reasonably fast super. I don't know how fast. She still got snatched. I think he tried to be neutral to dodge it with the invincibility. But the invincibility didn't last long enough, maybe? That's my guess. Because he should have been able to just hold up there. I mean, there's a little bit of recovery on that super. It's not like it recovers instantly. Let's click this Ocho one. Ooh, who are these two? This footage is very high quality, and it's also probably not centered. Let me move it around a little bit here. Oh. Yeah, you might still be able to do that in 5, but I don't know. I've never needed to test it. Yeah, in Super, I don't know. There's like a trick to Super to Street Fighter 3. You can't cancel pre-jump frames to anything. Obviously, you can't cancel them in normals, but I don't know if you can cancel them to specials either. You can definitely cancel pre-jump frames to supers, but I don't remember if pre-jump into special works. All right, let's get some actual footage here. Where does it start? It just turned on event mode, I think. Free play. This is the... Here we go. Wait, I see scores. I'll play some. It's not like I've given up the game. Huh? Oh. I didn't realize it was so big. My bad. I don't know why it was like that. I just fixed it so it was like, you know, capturing the whole YouTube video. If it works with Alex's flash drops, it should work with all special moves. I've never seen it in this game. A lot of people are trying to use me to like get into third strike. They like Beth, like make it easy on me. Other people have done guides that'll be better than whatever guide I make for this game. I'm not knowledgeable on enough characters. Like I know a lot about fighting a lot of characters, but like it's very character specific. The way Oro deals with a lot of characters won't be the same as the way other characters deal with them. And I don't know a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of little secret tricks in this game to the way combos work. Like I know some of the more famous ones. I know Makoto uses a Stam House to Kara her Fukiage to go backwards during her touch of stun. I'm not sure I could even do that, let alone do it in a video so I show it off. Yeah. It cancels from... It links and cancels. I haven't thought about that in a minute. I could have brought it up and I forgot. I'd like when I said EX tackle goes into Super 1, I was thinking about the cancel, but it links too. That was an EX shoulder. How often do you see that? I think that's minus, but I don't remember how minus. It also juggles into dash punch on hit. Corner only, I think. You never ever see Yun's EX moves. The only one you ever see is EX upkick, and only when the Yun is desperate. Yun can only hold, like, if you've got an EX with Yun, you've already got, like, 70% or 80% of a Gene. And Gene is just such a better use of meter than any EX move. And EX just uses up, like, your whole fucking super meter all at once. And Yun only has 3 EX moves. There's no EX command grab, there's no EX palm. There's, like, good guides for about half the cast. But, like, it would be so hard to make a how to Akuma, for example. There's so many little tricks. It'd be so hard to make a how to Yun. I could do, like, most of the cast. But I probably wouldn't be able to do all the cast. And I don't know if I would just show combos or what. Combos would be fairly easy for me to do. Neutral is much harder. Talking about how to fucking... It's already hard to make a guide on neutral. What do I say? Fucking Remy, poke with low strong, stand forward. I could go over Oki with every character. That would be pretty easy. I could put that in every guide. I know what characters' ideal Oki tools are, because I eat all of them. You fight any Remy and you'll know that close medium kick is a pretty good meaty button. I made a pretty good guide for anti-air in this game, and it goes over a lot of the parry stuff. I'll probably make a more intense parry tutorial, but, you know, there's not actually that much explaining to go on with parries. It's pretty much what you see is what you get. There's like a little bit of intricate stuff. But for the most part, it's just tap forward to get a forward parry, tap down to get a down parry, and it's tighter if you're in block stun, and that's it. I had good scenarios for the juggle one. Fairly easy to do. Same with the anti-air one. The Oki one was a bit harder to make. Oki's a hard situation to explain. Forward for a high parry, down for a low parry. And it's always forward if you're midair. There's only forward parries midair. Oh, is this my guide? Is this the picture? Probably is. Yes, this is how that picture is how Oki works in Third Strike. Technically speaking, it's rock, paper, scissors, but it's a very complex game of rock, paper, scissors. This is actually 2 circles. That's the worst part. I just overlaid them. Call the top one. I know this isn't visible on stream. Call the top one. Top left is defense. Top right is. No, top right is defense. Top left is throw, and bottom is attack. That's like the 3 basic options here. but it's A beats D beats A beats D, and then around the circle again, D beats A beats D beats A. So it's literally like it's twice around the circle to get one lap. It's very hard to. It's easier when you're looking at how it all breaks down, but it's such a silly. It's such a weird concept to explain. And again, it's not really even beats necessarily. I'm not good at Street Fighter 2. I played a decent amount of Street Fighter 2 on 2DF and GGPO, but I was never good. I use DJ. I stand back and I throw fireballs and I do up kicks. I didn't have his like I wasn't good at like the uh, machine gun blow anything, but I knew like his basic combos. I knew like up kick and top kick. I knew like super and top kick, or not up kick into super. Super and top kick is like Chun-Li. Strong works on Shotos. That's the one I use. Strong is like the one you generally use. Use light on uh, use light on Urien, use light on Chun-Li, use light on Makoto. And then you use medium on most characters, and then on certain characters you can go for heavy. Dudley's like the obvious one. Dudley gives like a pure heavy super. Like you just always get one hit on Dudley, so it's very easy for him. And then there's other characters where you get two hit heavy, but also you still get the Oki unblockable. Like Necro and Alex and 12. So I usually do heavy against those characters just because it's easier to do. But generally speaking, there's three characters where you have to use light. And then you use medium on almost the rest of the cast. The thing is, like, medium's not that bad. The thing is, the higher the version, the better your setup. The less screen you need is the most accurate way to put it. You need, like, almost full screen to do a light loop. But you need, like, you only need, like, half screen to do a heavy loop. And it's very important on the characters where if you hit the wall, the unblockable ends. The characters you can't jump over in the corner. Alright, let's see a Raging Demon right now. Let's see Wake Up Kick, is he? Here it comes. Wake Up Demon would have worked. Wake Up Demon's hard as fuck to do. Because there's no reversal. Wow! Got him! I'm surprised Yun didn't wake up parrying. I never would have blocked that fireball. Never in a million years would I block that red fireball. It was better to block it if he wasn't dead to chip, which he wasn't, so. Low parry into Demon, that's impressive. That's a lot harder to do. With high parry into Demon, it's usually jab, jab, tap forward, like a heavy punch, and the tap forward is your Demon. With low parry into Demon, it's probably jab, jab, tap down, tap forward. That's nasty. I mean, light always works. It's just that if you can avoid using light, you do, because it requires a lot more dashing and thus is a lot more precise. And also, it doesn't work from full screen. But light works on like everyone. It's just that if you can use not light, then you don't use light. The heavier the version, the better. Dash punch here. He went for towards fierce. I think that doesn't work. It might. Ooh. I'm probably like top 3 English speakers to get a guide on how to use Aura Super 3 properly. Super 2. I probably know more than almost everyone who speaks English. There's a decent number of Japanese people who know the same amount of shit I do. That was Stand Fierce working. That was cornered Remy though. It's gonna hit as a punish. Unfortunately, Remy cannot cancel that low forward. He went to the Gal school of uncancelable low forward. Remy with cancelable low forward still wouldn't be good. I just wanted to say that. Like, what the hell would he cancel into? Probably wouldn't combo into... It definitely wouldn't combo into cold blue kick. It probably wouldn't combo into Fireball. And all the ranges where it would combo into Flash Kick, you could just use Low Strong instead. It would be like a meme if you even got it. I guess it would be good for his supers. Maybe. Yanks' output is a really big factor in this matchup. Yanks neutral against Shotos is not bad. It's not great, it's not bad. It's probably 5-5. But like Yang literally does Izakuma in 3 combos. And all the combos are safe. Fourth Strike did that, I didn't even know. Oof. Give Remy monstrous damage. I'm down with that. There's no reason Remy shouldn't have high damage. I mean, being low hitting is actually important. I didn't mention that. You know. There's no confirm, so it's not great, but like, you know, at the very least that forces the opponent to go for a low parry. Low strong can be parried either direction. Akuma is nice and clean shaven in this game. Is there a single character in any fighting game as ugly as Third Strike Akuma? Whoa, I went too far. Look, it's Remy. Our favorite. You can say a lot of things about Remy, but he sure is aesthetic. Oh. Sucks being Remy. Yeah, Street Fighter V is the first game where he's bearded. Remy's pretty tall. He's kind of skinny, though. He doesn't have a six-pack when he opens the jacket. Tager. I don't know. I don't know if Tager is uglier. Boraicho might be ugly. Boraicho's a fat fucking addition to not having a pretty face. But he looks more like a human. Tager looks so little like a human that I don't have like human standards for him. He just looks like an Oni, which is what they went for. I mean, Oni are ugly, but I don't know, the fucking bottom teeth and the little glasses. Something kind of cute about his face. No homo. Nice. Rufus is quite ugly. Rufus is an ugly motherfucker. Wake up, car throw. Potemkin's a pretty ugly motherfucker. I'd say he's uglier than Tager. That's a tricky one though, because we don't even see his face. Oro is uglier. That's possible. Oro's not exactly handsome. Oro looks weird as fuck, but he's not quite so weird that like a human couldn't look like him, apart from the skin tone and the eyes and the hair. But like, if you took away the eyes and the hair and the skin tone, you could technically have a really old guy who looked like Oro. In fact, I've seen pictures of people who look decently like Oro. Jim Borov, Karnovsky. Necro's got a real funny face. He has no style. He has no grace. Yo, why is there no fucking Necro Super where he inflates? Give me Balloon Necro. Why is that not a thing? Chun-Li Super might actually punish that. I don't want to say with certainty. But that's minus. And Chun-Li Super goes half screen in 4 frames. So, you don't see that overhead very often. Technically speaking, it's parryable on reaction. Same with this other overhead. But it's not great. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not super used, though. It used to be used more than it is now. Necro players used to pull out the overhead like a decent amount, but now no one ever goes for it ever. I would say that's improvement. I would say that you're better off not going for it. Walked on his hands. I like this. Maybe he could shoot grapes. Necro is weirdly not bad against Chun-Li. Well, it's bad, but it's not that bad. It's probably 6.5, 3.5. It's not a matchup you'd want to play in fucking modern Street Fighter. But it might really be like 4-6. Necro's not horrible. Necro has like a decent... He doesn't really get counterplayed as much as a lot of the other low tiers by top tiers. Like when you look at Necro versus top tiers versus like Alex versus top tiers or Remy versus top tiers. A lot of people lump Necro with Alex and Remy, but then Necro has such better tournament success. He sees less counterpicking than Remy. Nice. He did it without the fireball. He just saw. It's sad that that was like a good punish. He could have done a Super 2 combo. I'm surprised he didn't. He could have parried and then done some medium kick super or something like that. Super 2 is not easy to land. It does decent damage. It's not great. It's like upper half for super damage, but you would hope so considering it's a DP style super with no setups. You would think it would be really strong, but it's not that strong. All supers do decent damage on Chun-Li. She doesn't have that much health. Fuck was that? Remy Super has exactly one setup, Super 2, but it's not a bad setup. I mean, technically there's a few, but like most of them are memes. But the close medium kick is a setup. And close medium kick is not so hard to land. A close normal is not bad as they go. Like they're better thing. There it was. And he dropped it. Do you see that? The whiffed overhead actually went over Chun-Li's head. That was cool as fuck. Forward throw dash ins. Wow, that was like a setup too. That's so cool. He just completely snuck to Chun-Li's other side. I wish Perry would defend Chun-Li against that. He missed it though. There's a 2-frame link into super there and he missed it. Unfortunate too, because that would have fucked her up. That's a lot of meter to use as well. This is like over. Yeah, he needed a hero parry there. Does it actually cancel? Link is safer, but if you drop the link, then obviously it's fucking a billion times worse. Cancels are a lot harder to drop than links are. But that's like a pretty easy link, so I'm surprised he dropped it. If you piano, then 2 frames is like very, very reliable. It was just a fuck up. Whoa. Everyone always links super. Whoa, game volume's gone up a little bit. Necro's one of the coolest characters in this game. He's like a character with a high skill ceiling too, which means you can have decent success with him even if like, you know, even despite his tier. Yeah, he could have done close medium punch or close fierce. I don't know, there's no confirm. That's the thing. Is Chun-Li could have blocked if she was doing wake up parry. Then it would just come out as a block. If you do medium kick into super, then there was no confirmation. If you just cancel it straight away. So the medium kick link super was better there. Even though it was a very surprising setup, Chun-Li could have incidentally blocked. Just by going for wake up forward parry. Oh, it does? I didn't even know that. Yeah, in that case, stand strong or low strong. But I still like close forward. I feel like that was the correct decision. It was just correct to not drop. Normally I advocate going for links. Like if Ken gets low parry, I like low strong cancel to super instead of low strong link to super. Just because it's harder to drop. That hit weird. Even if Ken parried the last hit of that drill kick, Necro would have landed immediately, I think. I don't know. It's not like Remy. I mean, what do you even cancel into? You can't cancel fucking close fierce into a flash kick. You can, but you'd never do it. And canceling it to a boom is not bad, but you know, how often do you have close fierce and charge? Not that often. Maybe after like a corner throw or something. One of the main problems with Remy is just having charge as a nuisance in this game. His only attack that gives him inherent charge is fucking crouch fierce. You can have 0 charge and land a crouch fierce and then combo a flash kick, but that's it. That's like all. He doesn't have any other sequence that gives you charge. So all of his fucking confirms and shit have to be off of like things that don't use charge, like normal straight to super. Which makes him very meter reliant, which is super annoying when he can't build meter. Nice. That was no charge into charge combo. Oh, he did it! That was it. That was the combo I talked about earlier. Air Fierce into cold blue kick into dash flash kick works, and this is Remy's only real significant use for charge partitioning. Forward dash flash kick, right there. He went for it. He got a really low connect on the jump fierce, so it made it harder. And he did the light flash kick just to be safer, because they all work there, I think. But light is the worst. It's the least bad to drop. That was cool though. It's cool that he went for it. He got the flash kick. He got the partition. It just looked like bad height. Defensive throw. I don't know. Remy was a lot higher than Necro. Like Necro was high in the air, but Remy was even higher in the air. It was off of like a forward super jump. Do you want to be below them? Fun fact, you can actually do Remy's Super 1 or Super 2 after a cornered throw on a cornered opponent. But Super 1 doesn't do that much damage, and Super 2 falls out, or like it combos improperly. I actually, Sefric, I think you missed it, but we actually had an Omega lobby going for a while. Couple hours. It was a while, to be honest. It was like until midnight. It was like from like 8 p.m. to midnight. A pretty long lobby. You gonna enter the BAF Cup and win? How many BAF Cups do you have under your belt? I feel like it's like not that many. Is it 2? I have it on a list somewhere. I have all the Street Fighter 4 BAF Cup winners on a list. I could find that right now. Time out. Let's dig. Is it this one? It's this one. Ooh, there's a few already. This doesn't have the totals though. Remember Rathmatics entering Baf Cups? Those are the days. Maybe I don't have them totaled anywhere, because I thought they were here. Oh, you got three. Three Baf Cups. I found the one with all the totals. Jaren had three Baf Cups as well. That makes you as good as Jaren. You guys were tied for second place. Rathmatics has two. User Unknown also has two. Two Baf Cups each. They're tied for third place. First place is me with a whopping 14. I have good attendance for Baf Cups. Been in all of them. There were so many Baf Cups and a lot of them were just different winners every week. Remember the Exeter? Remember Bega Lobo? How many SF5 Baf Cups have I won? 0. My one shame. I think I've come in second twice. Exeter's damn good. I think he played Street Fighter 5 in the beginning and then quit. I don't know. I think he played Chun-Li in 4 and then Chun-Li in 5, right? I haven't thought about him in a long time. Sefric supposedly plays Blanca, Bison, Fei Long. There might have been one more. I mean, Sefric has like an everyone, to be honest. There it is, mains random. I was more afraid of the Blanca than anything else. The Blanca was like the best by far back then. But like unfortunately Blanca himself sucks. Blanca's like probably bottom 5, maybe bottom 3. He's just not very impressive in Street Fighter 4. He never had his day in the light. Yeah, it's shitty. It's got to be really bad. It's got to be 6-4 or 7-3. Atlanta has a lot of tools. Atlanta already bullies charge characters with their fucking overhead spam. And then like punish on all Blanca balls, punish on all up balls, even on hit, except EX. Um, she had decently high damage punishes on a lot of his attacks. I remember labbing that reversal hard Rhino Horn into EX DP was like a super high damage punish on a blocked Ultra One and required no timing whatsoever. Like she didn't care. Like it's annoying when you're punishing Ultra One, Blanca's Ultra One, because you have to wait for him to land, and the time between him landing and the time between him recovering is like 2 frames. He like doesn't have that many grounded frames where he's punishable. You either punish him midair, or like he can block all of a sudden, and the window between those two is really hard. But Elena had a really high damage punish on a midair Blanca because of the way that like yeah, hard Rhino Horn is kind of hard to ever land. I don't think I've ever labbed a Mega Blanca. I know that fucking lightning is 4 punches. So things like low forward lightning are very easy to do. Very consistent. But that's literally all I know, and I don't even know it about Blanca. I just know it about other characters. JP1 Lightning. What knockdown does he have? What's your launcher? I can't think of any fucking Blanca launcher. Oh, it's the launcher. Lightning launches. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Two hit up balls. That means the second one obviously has JP. That's like Street Fighter 5 Blanca. Fucking teleport. Teleport's one of those attacks they usually only give out based on lore and never based on like who would benefit from one. Imagine if Remy had a teleport. Imagine if Gal had one. It's one of them. Safe, like borderline jump ins. Yeah. That's how they should always be. I much prefer that style of Rainbow Roll to the Street Fighter 4 style. Easier to balance. More likely to be genuinely useful. Blanca got buffed quite a lot just recently, but the main changes were all to his Rainbow Rolls in Street Fighter 5, that is. Street Fighter 5 Rainbow Rolls, if they hit a mid-air opponent, it's a free juggle state now, which is pretty fucking good, actually. You can juggle an up ball or an electricity. A few other things, a slide. You can juggle his V-skill punch, too. That's like an enormous buff he just got, though. What the fuck? That looked like a Kara. What the hell was that? Yun has a Kara, but I've never seen Yun Kara throw like that far. I think that was a Kara. I think that was light kick Kara. That was cool. Light kick Kara throw. Ah, coward crouch. That's pretty cool. Stand fierce, 2 hits. Both are high parries. Beats those, beat low parries, safe on block. Short jump. That'd be better than Street Fighter 5. The jump is, it's not useless in Street Fighter 5, but it's not good. The main selling point is that if you have air normals attacked, you build V meter. If you have air normals blocked. Or hit, you know. Blanca's kind of annoying in Street Fighter 5. Or he's not annoying. He's actually one of the fairest characters to fight. But it's annoying playing as him because he has a hard time building V meter. And then also both of his V triggers are 3-bar. So V reversals are hard to use as him, or you just have to say I'm not going to V trigger this round. There's no middle ground for him. I think that could have killed, but it wasn't easy. Oh. The fake palm into fake cross up dive kick. That dive kick, depending on the angle, it would have been different timings of parry. And it would have just whiffed entirely if it was a heavy dive kick, I think. Blanca seems to be like a mid tier right now, but no one's playing him. We've been playing Omega Akuma a lot. We know very little about him, from what I can tell. No one seems to know that much. Ken is like Ken is my expectation too. I think Ryu beats Ken in Omega. Ken's got like a better tool set overall, but I think Ryu wins the matchup. Ken's like a better character, but Ryu has a good tool set against Ken. It's mostly just the fireball. Ken's fireball is particularly bad against other fireballs, and Ryu's fireball is particularly good against other fireballs. So if you can keep it neutral with Ryu, you'll win. But Akuma's probably that as well. I've seen stuff like that, but all on like crouching fat characters. I haven't tried like anything else. Nice, got it, got it. Yeah, that jump ones were definitely a thing. Bath Cup is always Thursday. Ooh, that's there's someone else who has that. I think DJ can do that, right? No, I think DJ can loop EX fireballs, but not like that. Maybe I'm misremembering. DJ has some corner loop. There's someone else. There's someone who can do. Oh, Rose can a little bit. She can't get 4, but she can get like 2. That's like not such a rare thing, but it's not common. Oh, Oni has it, doesn't he? Oni can do like up to 4 EX fireballs on cornered opponents. But he does it off of jabs, I think. If you can do it with medium kick, that's a shit ton more damage. You can parry that down towards Renos. Not that good of a normal. 2 bars seems to be the optimal number to spend. Or 1. If you can spend 1, spend 1. But meter into damage is such a big thing in Omega. Yeah, people are definitely... The thing is, a lot of anti-airs are nerfed. I noticed that immediately with the crutch faces. They want you to use DP. And DP takes a little bit of time to do, and also people aren't used to Street Fighter 4 jump-in speed. Especially Omega Street Fighter 4 jump-in speed. Um, the crutch faces don't have shrunken hurt boxes at all, so they trade. And of course, people want to spam fireballs, so those are weak to jumps. Huh. Nice. Good confirm. He was far away, so he didn't have another one. Wake up DP wouldn't have worked there. Would have just whiffed. That was a smart dive kick. These are actually things I've been thinking about with the Omega Cup. I think if I want to... I think I'll probably do best with Ken of any character. Just because I've got a lot of experience with Ken. Ryu's mix-up doesn't seem great. He can get, like, re-pressure again with towards Fierce fairly easily. Which is kind of cool. But, like, his... I don't know, his pushback, his frame traps aren't amazing from what I can tell. His combos fall out less than Ken. Ken has, like, really good combos, point blank. But then, like, mid-range stuff, that's gonna work. Good lord. Mid-range stuff with Ken is, not so good, because Tatsu doesn't go as far. Oh, I fell out for a sec. Say everything you just said again. Like, low jab, low strong, low forward as Ken already only goes into like the Shipu, which costs a lot of bar, or EX Tatsu. 6 setups with the fucking fireball. Shit whiffs half the time, giving you a free juggle state. Yeah, you don't get much from the free juggle state. If you have super, you get core circle forward kick into super. If you're in the corner, you get some nice stuff. There are fireball whiff setups. Stand jab, stand runhouse, heavy fireball always gives you the whiff fireball. And I think low strong, stand fierce, and heavy fireball also does. The loss, I forgot to mention that, but the loss of crouching DPs makes anti-airing a lot harder too. Buffed a bit, does like 160. It's like his optimal combo route by far. Oh, this video's done. I gotta take a leak, I'll be right back. Reese parry's the most busted part of him, by far. Look at that fucking guard bar. Cody can't block anything. The parry by itself is fantastic from what I can tell. It's got almost no recovery. I wish his V-skill was like that attack. Hard to balance though. Nice. Adon has really cool combos in this game. I fucking like Adon. Adon's like one of my favorite Street Fighter characters in the very small handful of games he's in. These two. Alpha +4. Characters you're adding. It's probably gonna be Cammy and Chun-Li. Those are the two I'm thinking about. I want to get characters that a lot of people play first. Not that many people play Chun-Li and Ultra though, so it might be like Cammy and fucking I don't know. There's like another World Warrior I was considering, but I forget who. Cammy looks pretty good in Omega. She lost a lot of her cool links though. Well, a lot of them are still there. Broken is fine. I looked at Chun-Li in like a little preliminary thing, and I couldn't find that much interesting stuff. But she's like the kind of character where, of course, there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff. I just couldn't find it. Oh, Gal. It was Gal. I kind of want to add like a rushdown a defensive character though. Chun-Li's defensive and Cammy's rushdown. I don't know how the Cammy Chun-Li matchup is though, so it might be really shitty. Yeah, Shefrick found that earlier today. I didn't find that, but I didn't test it. What else? It looks really hard to land an Ultra for Chun-Li. I couldn't find shit. I found, you can land Ultra 2 by doing back forward, back medium kick, FADC, and you need the FADC. Landing legs doesn't set up Ultra. You might be able to FADC it to land Ultra, I don't know. I forget. The back medium kick TC doesn't set up either Ultra. EX bird kick sets up Ultra 1 in the corner, but like not if you're all the way in the corner, just if you're kind of close. You're gonna tell me that Stand Strong Strong works? Because that's the one I thought it might work, and I didn't test it. Oh! Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't test that for shit. That's pretty cool. Good information. So that's like a 2-bar setup right there. Probably with good damage too, very little scaling on that. Probably like one button into EX kicks into Ultra. Just give you like a 70% Ultra. Huh? I thought it was 2. Are you sure? Is it really 1? Shit. That's really good then. Oh, you think? I thought it was 2. I tested her like the other day. I'm pretty sure. I was playing her today, but I can't definitively say that it was 2. I'm just pretty sure it was. Oh. I can just open the list. I've got it somewhere. It does a lot of damage, and it combos from really far out. It seems like a 2-bar attack. I like have memories of it being 2, but I can't definitively say. Oh, that timer. That's kind of good. Linking it to far strong is really easy, and then comboing out of far strong is pretty good. But apart from that, I couldn't find any really strong links on her. Her normals are like very link-on friendly, oddly enough. Like there's nothing out of close fierce that I could find. Or I mean, there might be a link there, but it's not super damaging. Low strong doesn't lead to anything. Low forward is more the kind of thing you go into. Back fierce doesn't have any sort of combo that I could find other than cancels. CVS2 right now would be good actually. DiCaprio probably won't be that long because she's one of those characters who's popular in Omega. That did no damage. He really waited it out. K-Groove Balrog? That's... I don't think I've seen that. I know he's good in K-Groove. The main thing for K-Groove you want to consider is super setup. Your character needs to be able to actually confirm their super since you don't have the super for that long. A lot of the popular K-Groove characters have good confirms, or at the very least a safe super. Lottery teams? You mean they like didn't pick their team or something? That was like a guard crush kind of combo, but it only did like half the guard bar. That's not a bad team to roll on the right side. Is Yuri, Ken, Sakura? That's like not a great team. I think Ken is usually okay, right? He's like a high mid, or maybe just high. I've seen a decent number of teams in this game with Ken on them. He looks alright. Jump canceling everything? That's a thing. The only thing I found, I didn't look for everything, but the only thing I could find that she could jump cancel on block was the EX up kick. EX stinger. But regular stinger jump cancels on hit, so a lot of damage on any confirm. That's the main thing about her I got the impression of, is everything goes very easily into that move. And if you can land that move, you can get an easy 300 damage. That was a really cool combo. I don't think I've ever seen a Ken fucking A-groove combo. But that's like insanely cool. The setup was cool and the fucking combo itself was cool. That was rad as fuck. Cammy also has a bunch of links that would also be, they would normally be a nuisance, but she can just do them. You can do stand strong, low fierce, low forward on some characters. You can do like low strong on everyone. You can do low strong, low forward on everyone. Although the conversion range changes. Low strong, stand fierce looks like it works on most characters. Those are like the good links off the top of my head. Stand strong, low forward works on most characters. Well, I think it works on everyone, but the cancel into medium stinger doesn't work on everyone. I did a lot of research on Omega Elena in the beginning. I hate her fucking, she's got like, she has a hard time canceling. It's a nuisance. She's got a lot of DP motions. With no crouching DP, it becomes, and all of her cancels are off of crouch normals. So it's like a pain in the ass. Her executionally, she's very demanding in a game where it's normally not executionally demanding. The new special move, the overhead punch, where she drops her feet on you, doesn't look great. It's very reactable, but the conversions are good anyway. The anti-air DP is amazing. Invincible DP. Having that as a reversal and as an anti-air is quite good. The ability to F80C Ultra 1 is kind of cool. Having easy links is a fucking nice thing for her. Her slide is a lot worse. But having easy links is so nice. She can actually use like low starters. But unfortunately her mallet smash is not nearly as good as it used to be. So overhead presence is worse, but the lows are better. Background house is really good on Elena. Background house naturally links into crush jab. And background house is still low and throw immune. So it's kind of like, you know, Guile upside down kick. Except it's like a much better normal than Guile upside down kick. She's like not without virtue. Plus the new super is really good. But that's a super, so enjoy losing all your bar. I remember Omega Guile. I know a lot about him. Metal Music Man was really into him right when Ultra came out. Remember Metal Music Man? I used to be chill with him, but then like we stopped having like any reason to interact, but I was still following him on Twitter, and literally every fucking tweet he makes is just I hate Street Fighter 5. I had to unsub. I can live. I don't mind when people complain about Street Fighter 5, but it was like literally like that was it. You can have your opinions about Street Fighter 5, but most people when they like, you know, they just don't play it. And that's that. But he was like constantly watching it, and he was constantly like, you know, with each like new patch he like tried again to get into it and still hated it. I wanted to just be like, bro, give up. And also shut up. Nice guy. I came to 4 from 3, and the shit that people say about 5, the people who come from 4, the shit they say about 5 is like identical to what the people who play 3 said about 4. The taunt juggle, and he didn't kill because of that. He's got a chip set up though. I mean, if you don't like Street Fighter V, that's fine. I like it. I think it gets a lot of shit. One, for how abysmal it was at release, and two, because people are used to a lot of stuff from Street Fighter 4. Like, a lot of stuff people complain about is not really worse, it's just different. Like, I do think a lot was lost in Street Fighter 5. I think a lot was gained. It's like a completely different game. Look at all this just defense. Is it the first SF without close normals? I think. I don't think that changed it almost anything at all. It removed some option selects technically, but I wouldn't call that like a big factor of gameplay. There are a lot of characters who don't have close normals in a lot of Street Fighters. I think Dudley doesn't have a close normal anywhere in 3 or 4. Street Fighter 2 has close normals. Gal upside down kick is a close normal in Street Fighter 2, isn't it? Yeah, Third Strike didn't have many. It had some. Some characters had a lot. Some characters had like almost none. It was like the legacy characters had them, and then the legacy style characters. Like Remy's not a legacy character, but he's got the proximity normals, and he's like a charge character, and he's got like the jab chaining and stuff like that. I can't think of a Hugo proximity normal. I think a lot of people's beef with Street Fighter V is Ryu based. I think Capcom underestimates just how many Ryu players there are, because it's a shit ton. Okay, I think Capcom probably knows better than everyone, but it's like kind of better to have a top tier Ryu than an unusable Ryu. Even if Ryu's broken and ruins the game by being broken, at least that's, you know, 80% of the fucking players using Ryu. It's literally like 30 or 40% of all players are like Ryu players. So like 30 or 40% of players are using a character that they don't like, or like playing a bad Ryu, and that's just going to color everyone's experience. Regular Ryu is still okay in Street Fighter 4. People just didn't pick him because Evil Ryu existed and Evil Ryu was better. There were matchups where regular Ryu was better, but you know, it's not like Ryu was that bad of a character. He only had a few counter picks in the whole game. He was just usually 5-5s. Vanilla Ryu was fine. I don't know if I'd call him godlike. I think he wasn't as bad as a lot of people thought. He should have not been nerfed, I would say. Most of the changes to Ryu I don't agree with, and I mean that in a very general sense. I mean that even in vanilla. The changes from Street Fighter 4 Ryu I don't agree with. And then also, like, the changes from Season 1 to Season 2 Ryu I don't really agree with. And then Season 2 to Season 3. I like haven't liked the direction that Ryu's been moving in this whole time. That was a good roll. DLC is constantly shit. Colleen is pretty good right now. Even after the nerfs, Colleen is very strong. Abigail was really strong for a long time. He had his day in the light. He's quite strong right now. He was like good when at release. People always underrate the new characters. Sakura is pretty good right now. Minot has been good from the very nanosecond she came out. Yeah, the DLC characters like by and large really good. Zeku probably went from low tier to mid tier with the new patch. Blanca might be low or mid. It's hard to call for him. Sakura is probably mid. Abigail's probably mid. Colleen is probably high mid. Let me think. Minot's probably top. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all, actually. DLC is really strong in Street Fighter V. There's only a couple low-tier DLC characters. Ed. Ed is like the one. I guess Falk too now. That guard break setup. Falk might suck. I think she's probably mid, but I would believe if someone better than me said she was low or bottom. I don't think she's high. She's probably like low. She's probably not the worst character in the game, and she might not even be bottom 3. But she's close to there, probably. That's my guess. Based on my knowledge of what makes a character good and her toolset. Her VT1 seems like a better trigger by far, and it's actually quite a good trigger. Her fireball is also quite good. The shotgun. The low fireball is kind of trash. It's okay. But it's more of a liability than anything else, I feel. I don't think her toolset is as random as everyone seems to be saying it is. It's actually not like, it's not too unusual for a defensive character in a Street Fighter game. She does feel incomplete to me, but like, I don't know. I think it's just the lack of normals that makes her feel incomplete. But like the air fireball, the normal selection she has, her specials, I can see the picture they're trying to paint. Minot's pretty good even before the V-trigger, to be honest. Same with Abigail. They're not unusable characters. And also, like, they're both pretty fucking... I don't know, dude. I'm sick of hearing that shit, to be honest. Like, not to pick on you, Cappuccino. But, like, people are always invariably, like, fucking, oh boy, another Shoto. Or, like, not Street Fighter, you know? It's like if any new experimental character comes out, people are always like, "Ah, fucking, this character isn't playing Street Fighter. Minot's not playing Street Fighter. Fucking Abigail's not playing Street Fighter. These are mishmash characters and nothing like my fucking long standbys. It's like shit. They're new characters. Of course, they're not gonna be as like fucking pure with their design philosophy. Trying to do new shit. Abigail's quite creative. He's got a good design. I feel. I really like the way the run works. All his special moves kind of leave him. Like, you know, they cover all the bases. Minot's got all the bases covered, too. The only weaknesses they have are, the deliberate weaknesses their characters are supposed to have. Abigail doesn't have great combos from lights anymore. Fucking Minot doesn't have great defensive options. I like how simple Minot is. Minot's toolset is so simple. It's very, like... It's very easy to look at her toolset and be like, here's what I do where. It's hard to actually do it, but it's easy to look. They could have given her more special moves, but, you know, they did. She got Soul Spark. Capcom agrees. Minot with another special move would be nice, so they had one. But, like, right now, I already feel like she's a pretty well-rounded character. Or not well-rounded, but she's not supposed to be well-rounded. She's supposed to be like a Dhalsim-style character. She's supposed to be, I excel at mid-range. And I'm bad up close. Yeah, she's supposed to be a character of extremes, and so is Abigail. And they're opposite extremes too, so they added a good character for like rushdown, a good character for keep away. I think Minot and Abigail are two of the most well-designed characters in season 2. Zeku's quite well designed too, but I don't know who their target market was. Japan is so strange. Iaido. What's the upside of repeatedly sheathing the sword? Why not just keep it out? When you say would be tight, what do you mean? Because that already exists. That just got added. Season 3, Zeku can mid-combo. Zeku could always mid-combo stance switch, but now he can do it a lot. Zeku has like literally every single combo option Zeku has a stance switch option now. Every single combo route you can stance switch. And a lot of them get better for it. Zeku spam stance switch now. Oh, the dizzy. It's hard to see when someone gets stunned in this game. I mean, attacks that don't normally knock down, when they knock down, it means a dizzy. But, like, there's no, like, thing on the side, and the sound effect is not exactly loud. You can see the stars appear on their head, but they're not always easy to spot. Oh, it ended. It's a 5-part thing. And that was part 5. We watched the last one first. Dank. Let me find another video. I might, let me think. I might play something. I don't know if I want to keep watching. Okay, I want to click on this link. Who the fuck are these two? Meme? Nishikin01? I can't see this in my fucking feed and not click it. Nishikin versus Daigo. This is the best Blanca bar none. Against Daigo fucking Umahara. Oh, look at that. That's the buff. It dropped! Blanca sucks. Blanca looks like he's eaten so many hits, but his health is only just starting to look kind of bad. Big combo here. You have Stand Fierce there. He did an old combo. He was like not expecting for it to work, maybe. Latest hack of the FE game I'm barely involved in the development of. That actually sounds like me. Sounds like I'd enjoy that. What year is this? Nishikin versus Daigo? That is kind of weird, isn't it? Oh, what the fuck was that short? Medium kick would have been good there. He was not expecting to hit, so he did a tick throw setup. Yeah, that's pretty good now. EX Rainbow Roll, and just Rainbow Roll in general is so good now. He might have had a stun with the EX. Via-verse that. I don't normally see that. That's a weird time to Via-verse. Not bad though. It's like you're -2 either way. Via-verse, at least you're far away. But you go from being -2 to -2. He ran out of B-meter. That was nice. I like the defensive EX Rainbow roll there. Actually, going in probably would have been better. Going over Daigo's head. Because that would have been more likely to make the flash kick whiff. Daigo was timid though. That was probably safe. That's a punish. Good shit, good shit. I fucking love Nishikin Archives. I love the way he plays. He makes Blanca look so fun. Blanca's one of my favorite characters in this game. I don't even know why. Nice. Daigo's always fun to watch. Shameless jumps right now. I had a kind of an inkling to play Mega Man 8. Would anyone like that? I was thinking about playing that game lately. I haven't played Mega Man 8 in a long fucking time, and I kind of like it for some reason. Technically speaking, it's like worse than a lot of the classic Mega Man games. You know, it's got like higher production value. It's like a better game than like Mega Man 2. I mean, it's probably not a better game than Mega Man 2 because like you know, Mega Man 2 has such perfect level design and such nice music and all that shit. But like technically speaking, like the graphics and just general production quality is so much higher because it's a PS1 game. You know, I'm gonna be that guy who says that most PS1 games are better than most NES games. Serene's Forest. Seven is the one with Super Nintendo. 8 is on PS1 and Saturn. There's a fan-made demake of MMA. I'm guessing it's like NES-style graphics. If you're gonna demake Mega Man, it would almost certainly be NES. Yeah, I said it before you could even fucking type it. That sounds kind of fun, but I'd rather just play the original because the original's the one I'm nostalgic for. I don't know what his punish should have been there. Oh, he had a kill for 1 bar. Medium kick, hard kick, you can combo EX up ball. I think he wasn't playing the game before Blanca dropped. Nishikin was like a literal nobody, and then as soon as Blanca was released, he shot up to fucking Grandmaster. I don't even know if he had a fucking CFN. I think Blanca's just the reason he's playing. But he's like the best Blanca, and he's fantastic. He's like the only one who makes Blanca look really good. And honestly, he makes Blanca look pretty good. He seems to have a good success rate against almost the whole cast. He makes Blanca look like a pretty functional character. Stand Fierce probably would have punished that. The forward was more consistent, and ironically it didn't work. Nice. Clean. Later, Daigo. Daigo's probably just like, what the fuck just happened? Nakali, I can see that. I might just download Mega Man 8 right now. Kind of feel like it.